Alright, what's going on guys? Crypto Mac here, bringing another crypto video today. We're going to take a look at Waxp and do a 2022 outlook video. Give some price predictions where I think Wax is going to go in 2022, how I think it will perform, and look at historical trends. Got a few charts to look at, and also look at things like other market caps of other NFT related coins, and discuss just the potential being a bit more of a lower cap coin of how high Wax should go in 2022. So just want to say this video is not financial advice, so please do your own research, and also this is heavy speculation. So if you think, some people might think a lot of what I say is outrageous or overly confident or optimistic, I understand, or some people might say it's just conservative. And my opinion is just relatively conservative, so I understand, but just want you to know that I'm aware that of both, I guess. So let's get into it. We can see Wax is in this symmetrical triangle, and I just left this here because I just pulled the chart up and would have a look and do my analysis, and I just saw it was left like this, and I'm like, well, you can just see we just perfectly hit our support line right here. So then we can draw this across and show. I think it's good to see when things play out like as you plan. Like I had this line drawn for the support line, and Wax already came down and hit it perfectly. It's always a good sign. So Wax is just within this symmetrical triangle currently. We're waiting for a breakout. So we've hit the bottom support line. Hopefully we can trend back up and break the line about 49 cents. It's only at 45 cents, so it's a pretty small symmetrical triangle. And the breakout target for this is about 64 cents, which would be pretty good to hit, obviously. We'll wait for that breakout. Hopefully we can hit that. I'd say our big first target is that $1 level. I think that's like our main target, $1 to break that. It's previous all-time high level. It's also the resistance line that we saw with the last big run up for Wax. Looking at this, we can see another perspective. Wax broke out of this downtrend and it's coming back down to maybe test support on this bottom line. You could say it almost did with this wick. It's also testing support on this lower line, which we just discussed. But this is pretty important. As I said, the target for this is 85 cents, and I believe we can get there. I think this is still valid. As I said, it could just be coming down to test that support line, so maybe it will. Or maybe you could say it did if you want to just draw this line a bit differently, which you always can, obviously, with the way you draw the lines and what time frame you use will change that. So you can say we did break out of this and came down, test support, and now we can have a nice, pretty parabolic run to that 85 cent target, which would be really good for Wax. Another thing to look at, symmetrical triangle forming against Bitcoin, very similar to that initial chart I spoke of. We've had a couple of wicks out to the top and also the bottom, so we're just kind of waiting for that breakout. It is like about to end as well, so hopefully we can get the breakout to the upside, and we can start that move up for Wax against Bitcoin, which is obviously what you want to see, and hopefully we can have that trend up and head to new highs. That would be really good. Also, Wax Ethereum, I have this chart. So I got the logarithmic chart up and just showing the main resistance line as well as the support line, which forms an ascending wedge, which is quite interesting because you haven't seen too many of these at this time of the market. An ascending wedge forming, which is bearish, but it just shows we're holding support here and hopefully can move to this upside again, which would be a solid 100% move against Ethereum if we can head to this upside and hit this top line. And I think what would be overly bullish and would just show the market's looking really good is if we can break to the upside of this pattern. And that's where Wax could really take off, and being much a lower cap coin has the potential to do that, to break this upper line and then break through. And obviously that's extremely bullish. And then we could head even higher and have a bit of a parabolic and really good move against Ethereum, which would be really good to see. So it's always important to look at trends like this and see where the support is and also where the resistance is. Always good to see Wax, your altcoin, helps performing against Bitcoin and Ethereum. Obviously, majority of coins have been bleeding at the moment with the downtrend. So ultimately, we are waiting for Bitcoin to get back above the bull market support band.
and then head higher and continue this market cycle, hit new all-time highs itself. That'll allow a lot of altcoins to give a massive push to break their own all-time highs and make pretty solid moves. We can see Bitcoin trading at 47,000, so there's a lot to talk about with Bitcoin in this video. I would say that if we look at if Bitcoin is to go on to make all-time highs and break 100k or 200k, then I think 100k or 150k would be the most realistic. You're talking about a 100% move there, or 200%. And if Bitcoin sees a 100%, 200% move, well then you would think Wax would be able to outperform that, right? Altcoins should be able to do higher percentages to 300, 400, maybe even 500% move. So if, at the current price, of course. We would need to change the chart level because it's too low. But 300%, let's do 200%. 250% is $1.50 for Wax. 300% is $1.80. Upwards of like the 500% is about $2.70, which I think is in range. One thing I look at to give price predictions, and these are just highly speculative. I mean, they're just me just having a look where Wax could potentially go moving forward. There's no, I'm not being too deterministic. Obviously, it may only, might just get to its all-time high, see resistance there, and that's its market peak. Is $1 again, or maybe it just cracks $1. But one thing I look at is, well, I look at a coin like Sandbox, which has, I just did the math, about a 6 times market cap to Wax. And so if you think Wax can get to a similar market cap to Sand, given they're both somewhat similar, well then a 6x move from the current price is over $3. So then you could say that, well, maybe Wax will get to a $3 price. And this could be the market cycle peak for Wax. It could be, 6 months down the track, 9 months, even longer. This video is looking well into the future. It's not tomorrow, it's not next week, it's probably definitely not even next month. Like, it could be 3, 6, 10, 11 months down the track. But to get to a similar market cap of Sand would be a 6x. But then the other thing to consider is, well, if 6 months down the track, if Wax gets to that market cap, the Sand market cap is probably going to go up as well from that period. And then so if Wax could compete similarly to Sandbox, well then Wax could go above that 6x if it wants to get the same market cap as Sandbox, which has increased its market cap itself. So then you could look above a 6x. I think that's just too optimistic. I mean, you can consider it, but nothing to really look too deep into. I would say anywhere between about $1.50 to $2 would be a solid conservative estimate for Wax. I would say about $1.50 is about a 200% move, and then $2 is a 350% move. So, as I said, if we see Bitcoin head up to 100k or 150k, looking at 100% returns or 200%, then you'd expect your altcoins to do better than that, and therefore I could expect Wax to make moves similar to that. You could also pull out a Fibonacci extension and say, well, we have our first target here at $1.36, and then our next target is at $1.90, $1.96, and then so these could be two also targets that you look at and put into your estimations. $1.36 to $1.96, maybe somewhere in this region is the market cycle peak for Wax. And then if you go higher, you can see at $2.56 or $2.90. I think there's definitely potential to hit these higher levels, but they're maybe a bit more unlikely and would just be more dependent on 2022 being a massive parabolic year for the entire market, for Bitcoin, Ethereum, abundance of altcoins, just ultimately a massive influx of liquidity into the market to drive the prices up, and therefore we could see Wax, moving to these upper levels. Yeah, that's probably all I got to say. Let me know in the comments what you think of Wax, what you think it could do in the next year.
if you're bullish on it, if you're not bullish on it. Please give the video a like, guys. I do appreciate all the support very much. Please subscribe to the channel as well. Share the video with anyone you think would be interested, and I'll catch you later, guys. See ya.